Laura's experience and knowledge is so powerful and so transformative. In just an hour conversation, I was able to narrow down and simplify an offer that was literally right in front of me that I couldn't see. And because of her strategic awareness and her intellect about money and business and sales, it just made it so much easier to understand, and how she broke it down to really helping me find the conviction, excitement, and just empowering me to do more and just showing up for my clients and service.
Hi, I remember when I first went into the online realm, I was buying course after course after course, getting sales sporadically and sometimes even 6 months apart. It was horrible. I had a low ticket item because I thought with my low ticket offer, I was going to change a lot of lives. Well, it didn't, and I hardly got any clients. I was charging, I think it was $200 to begin with an hour as a coach, and then $300, and I was probably getting a client probably one a month in the online realm, and I was wondering whether I was the problem. And had that made me feel? Well, obviously I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. I felt this incredible heaviness on my chest, and completely overwhelmed. And I thought, wow, why isn't anyone taking this on? I've got this incredible, I could change someone's life, and I'm not priced that high. I had an incredible offer, an incredible low ticket offer. And then Laura walks into my world and completely changed my life. She put me on a system. She helped me write my high ticket offer, and within 3 months, just 3 months, I made $70,000. $70,000.
Before I met Laura, I had an idea for an offer, and I knew definitely the clients who I wanted to help and serve, but I really didn't have a great kind of structure or framework in how to create like the most impactful way to execute it. And so once I met Laura and I signed up for her challenge and the VIP session, it was just transformative. She really helped me to distill like the key pillars in order to hone in on, and really to make sure that it was like clearly understood for what the end result would be. And so it just made sure that I wasn't just selling, or it wasn't just like a general program, but it really created like a clear outline and guide that I could then share with essentially my ideal candidates and clients that I'm working with. And so it totally transformed how the structure looked like. And what I know it'll enable me to do is to really better serve and reach the people who I'm hoping to help, so that they can, achieve the dreams that they have as well.
Before doing the training with Laura, I was really frustrated about pitching and generally like sales interactions with customers and clients. I felt that I always over prepared for some things, but then wasn't quite prepared for other things. And I also felt that I was having really, really good conversations, but actually closing the deal or getting to the point of actually making a sale either didn't happen or was taking quite a long time. Doing the training, and particularly using the pitch and the sales technique, has really transformed not only how I prepare but also how interactions go. So I'm much more confident in terms of just really listening to what it is people want, being in control of the conversation and the meeting, but in a way that's really attentive to what the other person needs. And by really allowing myself to be in their shoes, in a way it's a lot less stressful. So there's much more attention on them and less on me, which is not only more effective, but it just feels like a much better way to do business, being really empathetic. I also have definitely seen an improvement in terms of traction and actually getting those deals closed.
I want to say a huge thank you to Krista and Laura for believing in my high ticket offers value, write your book without writing and write the right book for your business where you're at, and really helping me reach a broader audience with this offer and charge higher rates. Thank you for your belief, for your determination, for seeing me. I just want to give you such a huge hug right now, because I wouldn't be where I am if you guys did not help me with my high ticket offer and showing up in front of more audience and believing in the price and the value of it. You guys are amazing. Thank you for changing my life. Now I have more time to spend with my baby and with my family on the beach where I live. It's all because of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome people. I got Jared. Oh my God, hello. So good to see you here. Oh my God, some wonderful face. Elizabeth, oh my God, it's so good to see you here. Hind, blast from the past, this is amazing. And Resma, oh my gosh, I was on the call with you just yesterday. This is awesome. It's so good to have you here, guys. It's been absolutely wicked. How are you guys feeling? It is now 1:30 in the morning over here in Australia. So, hi Heather, welcome. So look, my name is, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Krista Valanti, and we're going to have some fun today. It's not like our normal masterclass that is a very shortened version, but studies show that the more involved you are, the more you're going to get out of it. So it's like 20% if you just sit there and listen, but if you're more engaged, you actively actively involved, have your camera on. If you're not driving, obviously, it increases this figure to 90%. And it's all, and at the end of the day, it's not about making us feel better. It's about helping you. It's about you. So the more you raise your hand, the more you ask questions, the more you tell us, what ahas you're having, the more the content is going to sink in. So this is going to be extremely powerful. Yes, so let's go. Okay, now, I'm letting everybody in, so multitasking here. Now, I have been where many of you have been right now. I once struggled really hard. If you were here earlier, you might have seen on the video. I used to put on a big front to my family when really I was falling apart inside. My business wasn't working online. And I thought, if I could lie to them and just put on this big facade and show them, make them feel that maybe, things are going okay, they would feel okay, about what was going on with me. But I really didn't know where I was headed. Until one day things absolutely changed for me, and I found the missing link to what I call my life before and then my life after I met Laura Chattington. So when I met Laura, she simplified everything for me, and in the 3 months I made 70K, which is real money. Like, this is pretty cool, yeah. And it was absolutely awesome. So I went from slow to pro, I like to call it. And before we really get into it, I like to tell, yeah, that's right, Jared, from slow to pro. And before, I want to tell you a little bit about Laura. She's run multi-million-dollar marketing and communication accounts globally with billion-dollar companies in finance, tech, marketing, and she's worked with individuals and clients and companies such as Oracle, Deloitte, and Facebook. So she's a trusted expert, helping individuals, with business, driving growth with over 2 decades of experience, leveraging innovative marketing strategies and game-changing solutions. Her heart and focus is helping coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs remove all that overwhelm and confusion fed by many of the marketing and tech industries, and instead simplifies the journey so that coaches such as myself and yourself can unlock 6 and 7 figures and create sustainable growth by working less hours. Now, I have a child, so I love that. Now, she has directed and delivered both small and large scale events globally, training hundreds and hundreds of people worldwide, both in person and online. She's been mentored, coached, and works now with the top 1% of coaches and consultants in the world who have impacted thousands of lives and reported millions in revenue. Absolutely. Laura charges upwards of $100,000 for our VIP clients, where she consults businesses on how to scale their companies, simplified, bite-sized, and turn them into bite-sized frameworks, which is absolutely awesome. So people, when you listen to her teach, you will immediately recognize that she is one of the most masterful and engaging growth strategists you have ever had the privilege of learning from. I have learned from her. I came from a musical background, although I am a teacher, but came from a musical background, and it changed my world. So if you're ready to have more impact, more income, and most of all, have more fun. This is about having fun. You are in the right place. So now I'd like to introduce to the stage Laura Chattington.
Hey, isn't this fantastic? It's so nice to see everyone here. I think we're like, hey, Risma, Jared, hey, Hind, you're here, Heather, Elizabeth. Like, it's like a little mini party, isn't it? Like before, it's like we're kind of like we did the simplified marketing masterclass. I don't know, when was it, last week? And Chris and I are like, let's do something else. Let's do something else. So really good to see everyone here. Thank you, Chrissa, for that introduction. I know everyone is, we're all like, it's like 4 o'clock here in London and 5 o'clock in Europe and 10 o'clock in America. And who knows what the time is in Darwin, because it's some weird half an hour thing. But today we're going to be talking about, well, we said 100K offers, didn't we? So how many of you are ready to talk about, like, have a party about 100K offers?
Yeah. Yes.
Such a nice way to spend time. Now, question, how many people have already got an offer in the room? Just if you're on camera, give me a wave.
Yeah.
If you're listening, give me a yes or a no or a let me just have are they there? Because it might just be us four, so we can do whatever we want.
And us four? Oh, as in
yeah,
camera.
Hey,
on camera.
yeah.
They could be
It's
driving,
so nice
Laura.
that you're here, Hind. I've been like looking forward to connecting with you. So the other question is, how many people have an offer that is converting? Not yet, not yet, not yet. Not yet, not yet. So we've got these offers. Some of them are, and you know, that's what the game is, isn't it? And so we're going to be talking about, like, the code is like high ticket offers, but 100K offers, whatever it is. And I remember actually, I was thinking today, Chris, actually, when it was, I think I made my first high ticket offer in 2006. I was like, yeah, Chris was like, what? Yeah, I was like, I don't think I even knew it was an offer. I definitely didn't call it an offer, and I didn't know it was an offer. And I was running a seminar in Lisbon, and I had about 50 people in the room, right? And I was training them. So I was kind of like, I got all the training down, but I kind of knew at the end of it, I'd got all these people in the room and I needed to make an offer. And you know, you kind of get to that. I don't know if anyone's done this when you're doing a training or a seminar, or we didn't have lives then. We didn't have Zoom rooms then. So it was all face to face. But you know, when you get to that point and you're like, I've got to make the offer, I've got to make the offer, I've got to make the offer. And sometimes it's like one-on-one and you're like, yeah, hi, great to see you, da, 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 da. And then there's a little voice in the back of your head going, I got to make the offer, I got to make the offer, and I know that I've got to be really cool and all of that. And I was sort of standing, I didn't even know it was an offer, but I invited people. I literally had it on a piece of paper. I literally had it on a printed piece of paper, and I was sort of shaking at the front of the room, and I was like, so any of you want to come and do this thing with me then? And I handed out these bits of paper to the audience. I think my printer probably blew up because I had to print 50 of them, right? And the thing I thought in my head was like, I don't care. I'm not leaving this room until I have said something about the offer I'm going to make, although I didn't know it's an offer at the front. And I made this offer. And guess what? Like 3 people bought it. I was like,
Yes,
oh my
that's what,
God,
yeah.
this is cool. I don't think I
Yeah.
like my head. I was, when you're just like, I just need to get it out. I just need to get it out.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what an offer was then, but I was like, well, this is really cool, and I want to do more of this, right? And then and sort of a few years later after that, I remember I had this business, and some of you might have heard this story, but I had this business where I started out training people in communication and presentation. But what I realized, and it was for corporate people, what I realized was that the reason they wanted to be able to communicate and present was because they wanted to get promoted, or they wanted to get more money, or they wanted to get more pay, or promoted, or more status. So I kind of worked that piece out, and I designed the system that got people promoted, right? And I take them through the system, and at the time I like, right, it's going to take 10 sessions, and I'd take them through the 10 sessions, and I'd help them communicate, like, literally, this is what you do, this is how you do it, go and do this, and you can go and ask for a promotion. And it was awesome. It was like awesome. And I remember this like, da-da, penny drops, right? I had this one specific client, and she was earning $150,000, and $150,000 is a nice income to have. But she was in the tech industry, and she was like hugely undervalued, right? And she said to me, Laura, I hate the idea of asking for more money, but I know I'm worth it. And I know that I can go further in my career. And I knew she was worth it, because I knew that in the market she was worth a lot more than she was getting paid. And I walked her through the system, and I gave her the confidence, and she walked in to her boss's office. She sits down and she asks for that promotion that she hadn't asked probably for the last 10 years, right? And she doubled her salary. She doubled her package. I know. I was like, that was freaking awesome, wasn't it? Right? And she did it in 3 months. She did it in 3 months, the training and everything, right? And she calls me up and she's like, hey, Laura, you won't believe it. I followed your script. I did the exercises. I went into that meeting, followed the framework you gave me, and got the promotion. And they said yes. I was like, awesome. She's like, now I've jumped 2 grade packages, and including my pension, I've got like my package is worth over 300K.
Yeah.
Thank you. She was so grateful. Right. She was so great. She was so great. I was thrilled. She was so grateful. The impact on her life financially was 150K a year. Right. Now that's if she never went any further and got more, and she has got more promotions, right? So, but even if she didn't, let's just say for easy maths, the value of that system would be worth $3 million in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
$3 million.
If she didn't change,
If she didn't get, and she has, yeah. So if you did that, if you do the maths, which I have worked out previously, it comes to $3 million, right? And that's if she stuck at that salary, which she hasn't, but that's if she did. And the result, the other thing about I love this example because it's not a money offer, right? It's not a money offer. It's a training to get promoted. That's just the outcome of it. But also what she got was like belief in herself. She got like she became a VP. She was like, everything opened up for her and she excelled in her career. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on and on. And we're like, we're friends now. Quite rightly, right? We're friends. Now, if you've heard this story before, don't say anything. But do you want to know what I charged her for that? I charged her $5,000 for 10 sessions, which at the time was $500 a session, which for a coach was pretty high. But $5,000 I charged her for that 150K a year plus all the other perks. Anyone think that I was slightly undervaluing that? Yeah.
Extremely undervalued.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Extremely yeah.
And I remember I was thinking that too. I was thrilled for her. Okay, so it wasn't like bar humbug, I should have charged you more. I was like, oh my God, I was thrilled for her. But I remember thinking at that time, literally thinking, like, the system is worth more than this, right? The service is worth more than this. The value you provide your clients is worth more than an hourly rate, right? Everyone put value in the chat. We're all chat people here, aren't we? Yeah. I'm in the same place. Rizna's in the same place. Yeah. It's like the value that you provide your clients is so much more. And I like penny dropped in my head. I was like, okay, this is valuable. I've got something. This is valuable. And and I think and like me, and like I'm sure people here, like the traditional coaching and consulting model that everybody comes from, I think. I don't think most people do, is this kind of dollars per session, dollars per pack, dollars per hour, and actually I heard a stat, I think, Chris, I told you, it's like 94% of businesses charge from a time model. And that's the kind of the traditional model that we're trained with, right? And the thing is that model, I don't know if anyone has spent a week with a coaching business where you've got lots of clients and you're just like, I literally I can't get on another coaching call. I'm literally knackered. And you kind of drag yourself to those, right? So there's no scale, you just get burnt out, and it's the same for everybody. And then you've got to do all the business and attracting clients and all of that as well. So it's kind of like, yeah, the model, that model doesn't work for us. That model doesn't work for us. And we've got so much value to help people with, right? So I guess that's where we're going to, which is this kind of results-based high ticket offers, which is a completely different model, right? Which a model I've fallen in love with. Is the answer. It's the answer. And it's based, rather than based on your time, like the traditional coaching model, it's based on the result that you provide. Right, makes sense. Yeah. And the result that you can deliver. When you can deliver that result, you've got value, right? And it's like this kind of seismic shift that you're kind of, right. Because you can, that's the model that works in the business, and the dynamics are different. And the value of the offer is the result you get, right? Nothing to do with your time. No one really wants to spend hours and hours of their time with you or me or whatever, right? They just want it fast. And you can grow your business bigger without spending, it's like a mental shift. That means that you're not thinking about how many more hours can I charge that client, which kind of, we're not thinking that, but we're thinking it'd be nice if they did another 100-hour sessions, wouldn't it? When we're in that kind of traditional model, right? If only they'll just buy the 1,000 session pack, and then I can, we're kind of, right? And it's like, I don't know, everything about that makes me want to cry almost. It makes me want to cry.
Yes.
A
Yes,
thousand
Joe.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. So when you shift this kind of results-based model, then the questions are different, right? The questions that you're asking yourself are different. I walk around thinking, how can I get people results faster? How can I get them it faster?
Yeah.
How can I make it easier? How can I make sure they can get the result? How can I make sure everything about the experience is awesome? How can I make the experience awesome for them? How can I make them feel good? How can I make them get the results so that they want even more from the business? Right? And there is, and again, talking about sort of high tech, and I know lots of people on this call, already know what high ticket offers are. And when we talk about 100K days, high ticket offers are the way to get to 100K days, right? We can all make that assumption. But what I love about high ticket offers is there are lots of layers of why they're so good. Right? They're so good for you and for your clients. And I always think, you know, it's about value, the value that you can offer your clients. And there's lots of reasons why to go higher ticket. And I'm just going to caveat everything I say from here. I know we've called this the 100K offer party, but you don't need to jump to 100K offer. If 2K is your high ticket, that is okay, right? So just the mindset of shifting to high ticket offers and some of the reasons behind doing that. So anyone got any, tell me in the chat or raise your hand or, I don't know, join in. And, you know, what are some of the reasons to go for higher ticket offers? Jared's got his. Hello, Jared. How are you?
Hey, I would say top of the morning, but I don't know what time it is over there. It's
It's 4:30 in London, but it's dark. Chris is like,
But
oh God, it's so dark there. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to jump off a building, right? Yeah.
well, it genuinely is top of the morning for you, my friend. Okay. Yeah, it's 10:28 a.m. over here. But
Okay.
yeah, my
Reasons to go high ticket.
reasons to go high ticket for me. I gotta turn into Superman for this one. You can take your glasses off. Reasons to go high ticket for me is because everybody seems to want my time. I don't have that problem where no one wants to spend hours and hours. No, they want to spend hours and hours with me. It's like every conversation turns into a therapy session, and I don't have a problem with it. The problem is I'm not charging. I ticket for it. So it's like it's not that it's being devalued, it's just that I am undervaluing myself. So
Yeah.
reason to go high ticket, I think so I can get one, more money.
Yeah.
Two, I may attract more. I don't know, to be honest with you. I just know that high ticket is going to save me a whole lot of time, a whole lot of stress,
yeah.
a whole lot of frustration, a whole lot of being drained if I get off the phone afterwards and all of that. But high ticket is definitely going to set a boundary. High ticket is a boundary. That's what it is. Going high ticket is a boundary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a really good, it's a positive boundary, isn't it? And yeah, so reason number one is so that you don't have to work so much, right? And you don't feel so tired, and you're not getting on the calls like.
Well, with Jared, it's really important because he works from home. He homeschools as well. So I can understand where the frustration is not wanting to have so many clients and working in that model and instead raising it and creating a high ticket offer so that you do. So it comes down to a point of funneling out, like you're saying, funneling out to having the right people as your client.
Yeah.
You know, those who are willing. And I think he's just about to say attracting the low ticket. Yeah, I think a lot of people get into that there is that phase where that energy where people are attracting the low ticket because there is a point where people get desperate and they think they just start to take people on. But as you know, just got to lean back and say, no, this is my worth. You know.
So yeah,
Yes.
good. 100% agree. It's like better quality time, right? And I think
Yeah.
it's like you can serve clients like at the level that so much higher, right? You can like when you don't have to serve so many of them, you can serve clients at the kind of highest level. So and you know, I was saying about the offers that you're creating, that like the experience that you're creating, you can serve those clients at such a better level because you're not running around trying to serve too many people. And I just think, you know, you can't think, I like to think about the clients, the high ticket clients I work with, because I want to think about their stuff, I want to think about their offers, I want to think about their businesses, you know. And if I had to think about 200, my brain would just explode, right? So you can really devote more time and space and energy, as Krista says, to when you have fewer clients, right?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any other? Thank you, Jared.
Yeah.
Run. I always say I'm a Toastmaster by 20 years, so I always like to clap people when they speak. It's not that I'm weird. It's not that I'm weird, right? Yeah. Risma, go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Yes.
Yeah, hey.
So, hi. I truly, deeply resonate with Jared. I went out of that low ticket where it was really draining my energy, and being an inner work expert, and like, okay, no victim energy anymore. And I worked with several CEOs and like my ideal client. That is such a relief for my system to be like, okay, I'm here, do my thing, they do the thing, and I enjoy my life. That's such a joy to live in that way. And there are still a bit of resistant parts of me, like, okay, actually, I understood how much value I brought. Was, oh, I need to raise my price more. And that is the thing I am in, like, more, like I'm already in 10K. Do I need to do more? But the value I offer, the depth and the fastness I go, it's like, okay, that's why I want actually high ticket offers, really high ticket offers, and stand in that with deep presence. So
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to give you yeah. And I think, you know, and for everybody in this room, and some of you we know, and some of you are new to us, but you know, high ticket, and I think technically in marketing, high ticket is like 2K and above, right? And if you're doing an offer, if you have an offer that's like 2K, 2.5K, you're not going to be like, boom, oh, I'm going to do it. Well, you might do, but you still, you know, you need the conviction, right? So for you, Risma, you're at 10K, which is a level, which is an awesome level to be at. And so the next, and it's not that you're not going to have that 10K offer, you know, you keep selling what works, right? Keep doing what works. But then there'd be other clients, other higher ticket clients who are like, well, I want, what else have you got? I want the 25K, I want the 50K, I want the 100K. Because I'm like, people behave in different ways, and I like me, I want the best. I go into any interaction going, well, I want the best one. I want the best one. That's just, I want the best toothpaste. I want the best coat. I just want the best. That's how I think, right? And so it's not that you have to stick with one. It's that you've got, like, I've got my 10K, got my 50K, got my whatever else K. I mean, if you're dealing with CEOs who are you know, that are going to be, they value their time. I mean, if anyone's worked in corporate, time is, you know, I've worked with people that you're sitting in a meeting and you're like, there's literally about 200K spent in this meeting in an hour. Do you know what I mean? Time is valuable for them. So if you can get the results in a shorter time, that is more valuable, right? So the and sort of reasons to, so wherever you are now, there is a process that you can go at any jump pace you want. But the reasons to go sort of high ticket, you know, as well as what we've been talking about now, is the price that, you know, the high value and the high price really reflects the true value of what you're doing, right? That's like Rizma, just like what you're saying, like the value. You think about my client, and I'm like, it's 5K. If I'd have known what I'd known before, I'd be like, well, the value of what I can bring to the table for this client is so valuable. So it's about being able to work that out, right? Work that out and be congruent in that value, and the investment reflects the value of what you do. So that's a reason to go high ticket. I mentioned it earlier. Another reason is it means you can serve your client. And this is, Jared, what you were saying. It means you can serve your clients like you can never imagine you can serve your clients, right? You literally, if you've got too many clients, you've got too many people to think about, and you just can't serve them at the same level, right? I mean, how much, you know, how much better are you going to be able to deliver the service that you have when you've got fewer people to be serving, right? You're going to be able to devote more time to them. And even if it's not time, like it's like thought time, right? You're thinking of them, and it will help them get results faster as well. Another reason is they show up, right? Clients who invest show up. And I don't know if anyone has you know, has run, I don't know, workshops and maybe, and in fact, I give you an example from my own experience. I remember when I was doing like comms training, I'd have my 10, ching, ching, ching. And by number 7, you know, I was bored, they were bored, we were trying to, you know, what else are we going to, you know what I mean? And it doesn't need to be like that. But when people are paying high ticket and that you're using their time well, they're going to show up. They're going to show up. They're going to pay attention. They're going to make a commitment to your program. They're going to show up for the training, the class. They're going to show up for your stuff. They're going to be excited. They're going to be grateful. It feels good. I've just delivered 3 days of training this week, and I'm like on a high, because it's like, because we're all showing up and we're like, yeah, it's awesome. And it means that everybody levels up, right? Everybody levels up. People who pay attention, they get to the next level. And that is what is so cool about what we do. And obviously, when you go higher ticket, you reach your income goals faster, which is cool. I haven't met anyone yet who wants to reach their income goals slower. I'm assuming everyone wants to go faster, whether it's like you're getting to sort of 6 or 7, but you know, all of these things are,
you know, Laura, just want to butt in then, that was a big thing when you first started coaching me. That was one of the questions you said. You said, Chris, how fast do you want to get there? And I'm like, because I came from the traditional coaching model, where I had a program that was like 12 months long, and I was so proud of it. Like, I was so proud of it. Like, man, I put this thing together and I want to get lots of clients. It just wasn't working. So she goes, how quickly do you want to make money? Or how quickly do you want to change the lives of your clients? I'm like, your clients don't want you for 12 months. They're going to get bored of you. And it was like, oh, thanks, Laura. But it was, yes, it's true. And that was the biggest aha for me. It was like, what can I do to get them to the result faster, and myself to my result, to get me in my result faster, you know. So it was a win-win, and that was my biggest aha.
It's a shift, isn't it? Because like in the end, everyone, and if you think about, I mean, again, I'd ask people to put it in the chat. People that are going to be investing, your clients investing in higher ticket services, they're going to have different traits to people who are going to be investing $99, right? And so higher ticket clients have different priorities in what they're investing in. Right?
That's right.
And it's like, so what are some of
Jared,
traits? True commitment, hens, like true commitment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And some of like they're committed to themselves, right?
Yeah.
They're committed to themselves. They've made a decision that they're going to invest in this service because they want the result. So they are committed.
Yeah.
They have different priorities. Yeah, they have different money
Yeah.
isn't the thing that is a priority for them because they've got money. They just want to invest and they want the result. Time is priority.
Yeah.
They want the faster route. They want so they get the result faster. Yeah, exactly that. And they get the result faster. Their status is a factor. Association is a factor. You know, there are other things that are playing out in higher ticket investors, people are buying the high ticket services. So it's a shift in how you think about your business, and it's a shift in the clients that you're going to be attracting because you're talking about different things, right? You're saying different things. It's not like $99 and you're going to change the world kind of thing. And just to my sort of final point on and I know it's the middle of the night for Chris, and maths isn't her strong suit, but just the maths, I always think, and I'm going to draw it on the board, the math in the States.
We're very honest
say
in
maths,
this environment. We're very honest in this environment.
Okay, so if your goal is to get to $100,000, can you see that, Chrissa?
Yeah. I can
100,000, right? I'm going to swap my pens. Blue one's better. And you have a $500 service. How many people do you need to serve to do 100K? Like, I'm not talking about time. I'm just talking about how many people do you need to serve to do 100K? You can put it in the chat. You can do it in your head. You can cheat on your phone. Anyone know the answer?
We're all looking at Jared.
Yeah, Jared, you're like pinned, thankfully. Too much, yeah.
Yes, too
No,
much.
the maths, easy maths. If you want to hit 100K, and we're not saying when you're going to hit 100K, we're just saying if you want to make 100K and you have a service that's 500K, pinned
$500. Yeah.
it's 200 people.
Yeah.
200 people. Anyone here fancy servicing 200 people to make
No.
okay? Like 200 people. It might be, I haven't got my email, you know, people just need help, right? They need help. And that's like, oh, that sounds like a lot of headache for me. And I've done low ticket stuff in the past, and people need customer service at some level, don't they? So if you have a $500 product, or even like a $97 a month product, you're looking at serving and servicing 200 people. And if you've dealt with any clients, you'll know that's a lot of people to deal with. So what about, now this is easier maths and it's easier life. So what about if you had a 10K offer? You want to make 100K and you had a 10K offer. How many people do you need to serve? 10. Easy maths. 10.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Heaps better. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just 10. And whether you want to serve those people in 3 months, 1 month, whatever, 12 months, that's 10 people as opposed to 200. And imagine if you had a 25K offer.
Yeah, exactly.
4 people.
Yeah.
Fit them around your dinner table if you wanted to, right? And then if you had a 100K offer, you just find one.
Yeah.
Sound good?
The people who already.
Yeah. I just realized that my ideal clients are people who already have their attention, intention, and meditation on their highest values. Yeah. These guys have worked it out, and girls. When I say guys, I mean girls and guys. But yeah, they want different stuff and they want high level service, right? So hopefully everyone in the room is like higher ticket offers to get to 100K, to get to the 100K month, year, day, whatever that is for you. The fastest way is to go high ticket offers and serve people in the way that you can serve them, right? That's the fastest way to do it. Let's just pause, Chrissa, before we move on, but any questions, any ahas, any Jared?
Yeah.
We've
Jared.
paid Jared to ask questions. No, we haven't. I'm joking.
I just love this man when he talks.
Jared, your hand is raised. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, you knew I was gonna raise my hand.
No,
I
you're
can't.
welcome.
I can't hold this back.
No, I
Plus,
know.
I gotta leave soon. I gotta go and serve one of these clients of mine who are,
Yeah.
yeah. But I get to work with Dr. Tubi today, so I'll be
Yes.
co-hosting with her. So that's the fun part. But
Cool.
you just made me aware of something, Laura. You just
Mm.
made me realize something. I've been doing what I've been doing backwards.
Mm.
I've been doing it backwards.
Mm.
So what I've been doing is helping people to set their aim. I say you
Mm.
set your aim. Well, you find your aim, you set your aim, you shoot your aim, you get your aim, like bow and arrow, archery. So your aim is your attention, intention, and meditation.
Mm.
So I've been making people aware of what they've been aimed at and then
Mm.
helping them to adjust their aim towards that which they highly value most. But
Mm.
then you just made me think about like, oh my goodness, that's nothing, there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. People need that.
Mm.
But you should be aiming yourself at the people
Mm.
who already have their attention, intention, and meditation on their
Hold
highest
on, Jared.
values.
Mm.
It's like
that. You got it. There.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
you know what? The other thing is, and you think
Yeah.
about when you think about people like your audience, who you want to market to, who you want to serve, and you think about where you might not be where they are. You have a service, a skill, but your life may be different to where their lives are, and being able to sort of like focus in and dial into where they are and what's priority to them and talk in their language, right? Talk in their way.
Yeah.
That's who's going to be attracted to you.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for people for I'm going to help you get your attention. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that in any way, but that would assume that they haven't already worked it out, right? And maybe
Yep.
they're the people that you want, you don't want to be working so much with those. You want to be working with the people that they've already worked some of them out themselves. What you can do is you can fast track them even. There are other things you can bring for them that they want. And they're not thinking, oh gosh, am I going to spend 2K on blah, 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 blah. They're thinking, I want that result. Jared's the man. He's going to get it for me. And he's going to, I know exactly where I'm going. I know, you know what I mean? I've been through some personal development. I've got some value, I know all of that stuff, but I want where he can take me. And they move faster as well. Higher ticket buyers move faster. They don't faff around. They make a decision. I mean, we know, once you decide, they make a decision. That the transformation is in the transaction. They make a decision and go. There's no like, you're going to be in that. It's like go, go, go. I love working with people like that because once they make that decision, they want as much value that you can provide them. And that power is in that transaction all the time. All the time.
Yeah. Great. Jared, that was brilliant. That was
Round of
really,
applause. Yeah.
yeah, that was awesome.
Awesome. Any more ahas? Any questions? What's everyone thinking? Put it in the chat. I'm going to wait for the chats. Just because I'm patient. Not that patient, actually.
No, she's not actually.
Anyone else there
I
with
do have
some?
a question.
Go, go, go.
Yes, yeah.
So my question is, with my realization
Yeah.
that the awareness part is great, but there are people who already have the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that,
Mm,
what's the fastest way to identify those people?
mm.
Because it's one thing to know that high ticket is the way to go. That's of
Yep.
course.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
it's another thing to know that, hey, you want to be,
Yes.
helping the people who are already intentional as it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the fastest way to go about identifying those people? Because what I found is a lot of them are not sitting around trying to find people to help them be intentional. What
Mm,
I identified is most of them are unaware that they
mm,
are not aimed at their highest values as much as they think they are. And
mm,
that is why a lot of the misery, stress, frustration, irritation,
mm.
problems at home or that are about to happen, they don't realize
Yeah.
that they are
Mm.
unaware. So how do you help those who are aware yet unaware that they are unaware?
Well,
Well, not help. How do you find
find them. Yeah.
those people?
So, and I also think that this is something you said before I get to that. I also think that higher ticket buyers are not necessarily spending all their time on sort of long meeting, you know what I mean? You might need to call them out in other places, right? But even if they are, and again, I would be like, okay, so and I know you're jumping off, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what's coming up. But I'd be like, okay, so what is the result? What is the result that they want? Do they come to you and say, hey, Jared, I need more attention, I need more awareness, I need more, no, right? So I would be like, okay, so what is the pain? What is the pain? They're coming. That's how you'll get them, how you'll call them out. Are they saying, do you know, it'd be really nice. They're waking up in the middle of the night and they're like, oh, do you know, it'd be really nice if I had more intention in my, are they waking up with that? No. Right.
Nah, they're saying I wish I had more time with my kids, with my
Right.
family. I wish I was more present.
Yes,
Yeah. Time. It's like, what is it? Where are they? What pain are they in? That's how you call them out. And what do they want? And it's that old marketing thing of you need to give people what they want and also what they need in the process, but they will buy and invest in what they want, right? So I'd be like, so people who are, you're describing executive level people, for instance, right? I might be, I mean, again, I don't know who your target audience is, but in the corporate world, so if you haven't designed a business that works for your lifestyle, and, I'm assuming you're aiming this at maybe businesses that haven't sort of got these kind of models in place, or they're corporate. I've worked in corporate and everyone works like dogs in corporate, right? They work like dog. I don't know if you're meant to say that anymore, but 24/7. I've had jobs in corporate where it would be bad to not be seen to be responding at the weekend 24/7, right? Like work is 24/7. And so how does that suffer? What's the pain there? Well, the pain is that I'm not there for my family. I don't see my friends. Thumbs up. I'm not there for my family. Even when I've been there, I've been that person, right? I show up at the weekend, I'm so stressed. All I want to do is drink a couple of glasses of wine. I've got small kids, I've got to show up for them. I'm tired, my brain isn't working. You call that out. I'm like, oh my God, that's me. It's not me now, but that was me then, right? Oh, that's me. And what is the result that they want? Do they want intention? Meditation? Probably not. That's probably not what they're like. What do they want? Risma's
They
nodding.
want to avoid failing as a family. They don't want to repeat the cycles that they've come from and
Right.
seen their whole lives.
So if I said, what's the heaven? What do they want? It's like they want to be present with their family. They want good relationships.
Risma said connection.
They want connection. Because people in the corporate world, again, we're going down the corporate world route, and I know Risma has experience in this, but people in the corporate world, you know, you get on with people in the corporate world, but they're not your friends, because they'll screw you over if they want the promotion before you, no doubt about it, right? Right? Like, that's what I love about business owners, because everyone wants to collaborate and partner and do business together in a positive way. In the corporate world, I have friends for sure, but it's not, the culture's different. So actually having connection, not showing up for my partner every night when I come home and just, you know, I want work-life balance. I want meaning. I want to feel like the effort I'm putting in has value. I want to be there for my kids. I want to be awake and present and not looking at my mobile. I remember when my daughter said to me, and it just made me feel awful. She was like, and you know how like parents are always like, get off your mobiles, put your da-da-da down, da-da-da-da. We're always saying that to our kids, get that, you know. My daughter said to me years ago, she said, Mummy, can you just put your mobile down when you're talking to me, because it's rude if you don't. Yeah. Did that hit home? I was like, oh, that's bad. I wasn't doing it intentional. I was just like, yeah, you know, I've got to do the image, right? That hit home for me. So if you promise me a life, and the thing is what you can't buy them is you can't buy them time. You can't give me any more time, but you can, through your offer, give them the skills and the system and everything they need so that they can, you know, be in the room. Sorry, I'm trying to, Chrissa, can you let those people in, because I can't multitask. If you'd have promised me that I was going to be present with my family, I was going to have work-life balance, I was going to be able to work on my, you know, feel like what I was doing, what had purpose, and get me out of all that pain, and feel like I had time in my week, that I had control in my week, in my time, that actually on a Saturday, I actually enjoyed my Saturdays and gave me that time back. Would I pay for that high ticket? Especially this time of year, Jared, when I got my nice Christmas bonus, right? I'd write you a check. Would I be asking for meditation and I can't remember what the other word. I wouldn't be asking for those things, but I might need them. I might need, you know, you might need to work out what my intention was, value, all of those things. I might need those things, but I'm not going to buy those things off you. I'm not going to invest in your offer. But you can give me those things as well. Give me the things that I need as well. Yeah. But if you'd have said, and it's the last thing I'll say, if you'd have said to me when I had a 24/7 global corporate job, Laura, I'm going to help you do some meditation, I'd be like, oh, I don't have time for that. Don't give me anything else. I literally am at bursting point. I can't, yeah. I used to get home from work and I would sit outside my front door for 10 minutes before I walked in and had to connect with my family, because I was just. So you give me a solution for that, I'll pay you a lot of money.
You are a phenomenal individual, and I've been privileged to even give you a hug. Unfortunately, can't do it virtually.
You can give me a hug.
Yeah, I'll give a virtual hug.
I gave her the biggest hug.
I love you all. I hate that I have to go, but I got to go serve
Yes,
somebody
I
and serve
know,
them well.
Jared. Yes, you're absolutely
See you,
awesome.
Jared.
Oh, so good to see you.
Thank you again.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye, handsome.
See you. I'm like, oh, that's going to be a good offer, isn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome. Now you know why I'm with you.
Yeah. So, and I know a couple of people have just joined, and just to kind of catch up where we were and where we got to, we were just talking about like this is 100K offer party. Now, whether you are starting to do your first high ticket offers, and high ticket offers can be 2K and above, or they can be a 50K, 100K, whatever they are.
Or they can be multiple.
They can be
Remember,
anything, right? They can. I just don't want anyone in the room thinking, I'm never going to do a 100K offer. That's cool. The same principles apply to all, right? And it is about, and this is what I've been describing, and we're going to go into more detail on this, but actually getting people to invest in results-based value offers gives you the freedom and the ability to design offers however you want to design them. Okay. Awesome. Now, I think we were gonna, Chris, I'm gonna hand over to you for a bit because.
Well, I was going to say, because one thing that many of us, I mean, how many of you have procrastinated and delayed success because of the fear of not feeling good enough? Like, I mean, it's real, yeah. You know, all that overwhelm, you know, it's just so heavy, it weighs on your heart. I was getting it on, for those of you who've just joined us, I was leaning on this where I started, and it leans, and it's so heavy. And for me, it was very physical. I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. It was that heavy on my chest, you know, that fear of failing. It was so suffocating. And because you try to hide it from your family, you become grumpy with everyone and you take it out at everyone, you know, and it's not that you mean it. And then that process of regret steps in and then just amplifies the whole situation even more. So it's a difficult situation to be in. I've been there. It absolutely crushed me. I had an incredible skill and I wanted to serve. And I knew that somebody out there needed what I alone had to offer. But I was lost. I didn't know how my knowledge together and create a business at the same time. So, and for those of you who just came in the beginning, I'll do an introduction of how I stepped into Laura's world. So there were bad months, there were awful months, and it was absolutely soul crushing. And so I, like you will respond, I can see Risma, connection, exactly. Hind, me, yeah, that we've been there, we've all been there. And it really plays on your confidence as well. And it's not about being perfect. It's more about being what I learned, and Laura showed me this incredible thing when I first met her, and then I've seen it from other gurus as well, and we call them gurus. It's about being one step ahead, and there is a difference between where I was, where I used to call myself a slow coach, and where I wanted to be as a pro coach. And there are number one moves that pros get. You know, Laura was going into them just earlier, you know, is that, and these people, they're sitting on a big pile of money. And that pile of money is called your expertise. So you know that you've got knowledge, you know that you've got all these tips, you know that you've got this incredible skill set, you know that it could help somebody, you know, that someone can learn something from you, you know, you've done the years, you've shed a lot of tears as well, you've figured out all the shortcuts, and you've attended all the seminars, you've been to the master classes, you've gone to all these like parties, you know, you've done the challenges, you've had the coaching, invested in mentors, you've spent the time learning. And then this is what I want to draw your attention on. I had done all that. You know, I had a computer full of all these courses. But I want to draw your attention is that because you've done all this, is that you're sitting on top of expertise that somebody else is willing to pay for. And they're going to pay you a lot of money for, you know. And, you know, I need you to realize is that you are the guru, you know, because you say to yourself, I'm not the guru. That's what we think. We look, you know, we think we see people out there, you know, I don't know if I have the expertise. I don't know if my skill set's strong enough. I don't know if I have the testimonials. I don't know if I have, you know, and we start telling our mind all of these stories. But the more accurate story is this. This is a mountain. Can you all see that? Now, this is the guru that you see and you think, oh my God, I want to be like this person. Yeah. And you feel like you're way down here. But the thing is, you're sitting on, I'll probably just drawn on myself. You're probably sitting on all this expertise. So this is you here. Yeah, I'll draw a sun around you. That is you. That is the more accurate story of where you are. And people are saying to me, but Krista, like, who is my avatar? You know, who is my client? Your client is you 2 to 5 years ago. That's who you're selling to. 2 to 5 years ago, who were you? Describe the situation that you were in. If you and when Laura made me do this exercise, it was so incredible because I actually just sat down and I really felt into it. And all this emotion came out, and I actually could write about it. You know, struggling with self-worth, struggling with confidence, struggling with your business, struggling with health goals. You know, that was me, like struggling with relationships in your marriage, in your partnership. You're struggling with the person, you know, the love of your life. You're struggling to find the love of your life. You're struggling to figure out your purpose, like we're going into now with Jared just beforehand. You're feeling lost, confused, overwhelmed, depressed. All this stuff just seems to come out. What is it? The struggle bus. You know, if you understand the person that you were between 2 and 5 years ago, you know who it is that you're selling to. I was struggling with mindset and belief. I lived the life of a rock star, traveled around the world, played on the most incredible stages, recorded in the best studios on the planet, songs on iTunes. Like, oh, my lifestyle was phenomenal. Songs on iTunes, then cancer. And then I learned these steps and I succeeded online because I had developed these incredible skills and I knew who my customer was. So I knew what I wanted. I knew what resonated deeply with entrepreneurs that wanted to accelerate their growth online. And so I began to help established entrepreneurs build momentum fast because, as I know, what it takes when you turn challenges into growth. So my purpose became to help coaches such as yourself stay connected, motivated, and teach you how to reach the clients that you're already meant to serve really, really fast. Because me, it became down to time. Time as being something so valuable. Remember you teaching me that, Laura? Like, it was like one of my, oh my God, what am I doing here?
Yeah, it's such a, I love that Hin was saying she loves that because it's such a, I think it frees you up, doesn't it? It frees you up not to worry so much about like, who's my avatar? I mean,
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
definitely tools to work more detail of this out, but actually just thinking about who can I help? And it might be 5 years ago, but it might be a year ago. You know, it's something that you have got through yourself that people are going to invest in what you've got because you
yeah,
can help them get there faster. And it doesn't matter,
yeah,
you're not comparing yourselves with them.
yeah,
They're not
yeah,
investing in your offer because they're like, oh, you're further along in the life game than me. So,
yeah,
no, that's not what
yeah,
it's about. They
yeah,
want your result, right? They
yeah.
want your result.
That's exactly, and the funny thing was, it was getting away from, oh, we see these massive gurus online and we think that we have to be perfect and we try to paint this perfect picture, but a lot of the time they've become disconnected and they can't actually remember where they were.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
And
people
that's
forget.
that's why people are connecting like with us, because we can, with myself, because I could identify the person that I was 2 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
a big difference.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I think that's true. And actually, there's a study there that in like 7-year-olds who were trying to do some maths, that when the teacher explained to them how to do the math stuff, they didn't quite get it. But when the year above, the 8-year-olds taught the 7-year-olds how to do the maths,
Yes.
they found it easier, right? So you don't
Yes.
have to be at the top of the hill for sure. So any questions on any? Anyone got any thoughts or questions on any of that before we move on? I'm conscious of time. Okay, now I kind of I'm actually going to walk through the kind of exercise here that I did with Jared, because I thought it would be helpful for everyone here to like map out what their offer, what the high ticket offer is going to include. Is that like a good Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone wants to do it with me, or I can just give an example. Kind of did it quickly. Okay,
Risma.
okay. Oh,
Yes, of course,
okay.
I will use this opportunity.
Hint, I feel like I'll come back to you. Okay, so let's just recall everything that we've sort of said. So I know I feel like we've gone blah 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 blah, blah. We're trying to, like, this is like a mini version, but everything that we said before about what people want to invest in, they want to invest in the results. Okay, they want the result, they want the experience, they want the, you know, all of that value that you can give to your clients. And I always think that, like, I get really excited doing offers, and I mean, I know I do it for a living, but it's like you want to make these offers so valuable, so desirable. You want to, like, love the offers. You want to, like, the first person you want to sell your offer is to yourself, right? If you're like,
Yes.
this is awesome, that is going to come over. And so really thinking about what can, you know, how can you package up the offer? Now, we're not going to go into all the details doing that. I'm going to show you a way that you can do that with us in a bit. But what I'm going to go through a sort of exercise with Risma, and I would encourage everyone to do it with us, but with your own business, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Krista? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's pretend I don't know anything about you, Risma, and I don't know anything about your business. Sidebar to everyone, I do know about Risma's business, but let's pretend I don't, and tell everyone here what do you do, and who are you servicing? Who are your clients? Start with.
Hi, my name is Risma. I am a feminine embodiment coach and an inner work expert. I work with oh God. Hi. Oh my God, I lost the word.
That's okay.
High achievers.
Yeah.
And women already have achieved a lot in their business, in their life, in business, in status, in money, and who desire to have connection with themselves, the more connection, who
Okay.
desire the inner peace, who desire to have the best relationships.
Okay. Okay, we're going to get to more details on that, but
Yes.
for everybody in the room, Risma is a female embodiment coach who
Feminine.
services high achieving women in the, is that in the corporate world, or is it any high achieving? Yeah.
Any, yeah.
So wherever you are, you just got to be a high achiever female, right? Okay. And I think when I first came across your offers, it was very much around the feminine embodiment. I'm a feminine embodiment coach, and I'm calling you out on this only because everyone starts there, right? I started there too. I'm a communications coach. And we sort of we develop our offers around the label we put on ourselves as coaches or entrepreneurs, or yeah. So we're like, hi, I'm a female embodiment coach and I help high achievers. Okay. So that just means if I don't know you and I have no relationship with you, or even if I do, if I had 10 female embodiment coaches in front of me, I wouldn't differentiate. Right.
Yeah.
And that kind of doesn't matter so much when you're just serving your close circle, because they know you've already built that know, like, and trust with them. But as a kind of offer that you can build and scale and you know, attract clients that going to invest in you, we need to add some more stuff in this and swap it around. So I'm basically going to walk everyone through literally what I did with Jared in about a minute, but a little bit slower. Okay. So the first thing to do is to think about, where are your clients now? Now, I'm going to refer to it as hell and heaven, which is marketing terms, right? Hell and heaven. Now, I don't know about you, Risma, but I haven't quite met anyone in the last 5 years that has told me they've got loads of time and just tell me all about their stuff. And I'm happy to invest in your services. I don't think people like that, exist anymore. And I was saying the other day, people are like, oh, everyone's overwhelmed. How are you feeling? Overwhelmed. How are you? Oh, totally overwhelmed, totally stressed, totally overwhelmed. Okay. So what we want to be doing is we want to be thinking about what are their pain points where they are right now? What is their pain?
Well, the pain is they are disconnected because they are in their masculine hyper overdrive. So they are stuck in the doing.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you as we go along just to
Yeah.
pick things up. So they're feeling disconnected. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's hypothetically use me in my old life because I would have been your perfect target market. Okay. And I can remember what I was thinking and feeling at that time. I was feeling disconnected. I wouldn't have described me in that I was using too much. I wasn't using my feminine energy. I was in masculine. I wouldn't have said that. I might have been that, but I wouldn't have articulated that.
Yeah.
Right. But I would have said, I feel totally disconnected. I feel lonely. I can remember thinking I've got all these people around me all the time, and I've never been so lonely in my life. Right. I wasn't going, I'm disconnected from my female energy. Yeah. So keep going. I'm just gonna go with you. So they're feeling disconnected,
Numbed.
numb. Yeah. Yeah. What else are they feeling?
Worried.
Yeah.
Worried, like they
What are they worried about? Because they're not worried about money.
No. They're worried about their relationship with their family, their children. Like, how can I be present more?
Yeah.
How can I have a better relationship with them?
It's funny, isn't it, that we were talking about that with Jared? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's the same.
this
Yeah,
is
it's the
me 10
same.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was worried about do you know what I was worried about when I was there? I was worried. I was worried about I was worried about my relationships for sure, but I was worried that I was going to miss valuable time. I was going to miss valuable events in my children's lives. And I might have been at the birthdays and I might have been there at the weekend, but I was so stressed and tired that I might as well have not been there because I've got all this dialogue going on in my head about, oh my God, I've got to get da 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 done and da 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 da, right?
Yeah.
So I could feel my life slipping away. And I was there in body, but I wasn't there. I wasn't there. And I was turning up to school, like meetings and I might as well have not been there, really. I wasn't engaged with their lives enough. I had an au pair, nanny. You know, if you spoke to my daughter now, she'd be like, well, you never took me to school. Never took her to school, right? And as I'm saying these things, my stomach is right. It's making me, that's the pain.
That's the pain.
Right. Yeah. I'm not saying, I don't mean to pick on you. I'm just like using you as I'm not thinking I've got too much masculine energy in me. I'm also thinking I got home and I'm shouting at my partner. Right.
I'm just so laughing because in the training it's like, oh yes, this is what we need to do, but actually it's the simple stuff, like they just want to have a happy home, be happy. have
Mm,
relationships, be of value. Like, it's so simple.
mm,
And this is like my thing. I know how to
mm,
build like the most amazing relationships. I know how
mm,
to connect. And that's what they want, know how to connect,
mm,
how to
mm,
build, how to be
mm,
there,
mm.
and um, how to set different boundaries
Yeah.
for themselves.
100%. And it's not like, and I just like to caveat, and then everyone who's also watching this or watching the replay is like thinking like we come with a different lens to our business, right? We come immersed in what we know and what we experience. We know how to help people. We know what they, you
Yeah.
know, and with that lens, what we do is we miss connecting with people where they are, right?
Mhm.
And we talk in our language and
Yeah.
not in their language.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
and when you think about what we do, I mean, it's not rocket science, right? Is you're thinking of, we're building offers, and this is like the first step, right? But we're building offers about results based offers, and everything that I said earlier about this is how you scale, this is how you get to higher ticket, you know, not only does it get you to higher ticket offers, but this really connects with people. And if you can talk to them like they'd be talking to themselves, like I always say, like, are they waking up in the middle of the night? What's going through their head? I was like waking up in the middle of the night thinking, I'm literally sleepwalking through my children's upbringing. I was too tired, don't want to go out with my ex-husband. Don't want to go out for dinner. Don't want to go out the weekend. If I did go out, I drank loads of red wine. Yeah. So you connect with me there, and and it doesn't matter what offer you're doing, you connect with the people in their hell,
yeah.
and you'll get their attention. You'll get their attention, right? Okay.
It seems so simple now,
It
so much now.
it does. It's simple when
Yeah.
you know it. When you see it and when you know it, you can't unsee it, right? So we've just described my life 10 years ago. Thankfully, my children aren't in the room. Just for the records, we have a fantastic relationship now. We just, but anyway. So, and the heaven, what do I want? What do I need? What do I want? What do I desire? If you'd have said to Laura Chattington in 2010, what do you want? What would she have said?
We want to be present.
I want to be present.
I want to, yeah, present. I want to connect.
I want to connect. I want to connect with myself,
Yes.
right? I literally feel disconnected. I'm functioning. I used to function.
Yeah.
I was really good at my job. I used to function really well, but I had no connection with myself. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
What
Feel.
else?
She wants to
Huh?
feel. She wants to
I want to
feel.
feel. Yeah, she
Feel,
wants to
really. Not
feel,
suppressing. Feel.
live,
Yeah. Aliveness. Yeah.
experience, be present. Value my time. I like time's such a big driver. Did I use my time well? Is that another year? I've got a nice big fat corporate bonus, but have I just lost a year? Is it worth that? Is that bonus worth what I've lost? Okay.
Intimacy in relationships.
Yeah. And again, I think that again is about being present, isn't it?
Yeah.
Without getting too intimate. But it's like it's about being present in those intimate moments with the people that you're there, rather than functioning maybe, or doing it for stress release.
Yeah. And what my word is to soften up.
Soften up. What does that mean for those of
Is
us that
to
don't know you?
is to de-armor, is to let the guard down,
Yeah,
is to let the walls break through the
yeah.
walls.
And I think that's important in a corporate environment again, because women feel like they've got to put the masculine shell
Mhm.
on and not be themselves, and then they're so not themselves that they forget who they are. You know what I mean? All of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, for everybody, hopefully, who's doing this on their own business, because we're not doing RISMAs, are we? We're not all we're doing what RISMA is. So you've got the hell. These are the things that they are saying to themselves. They are feeling, they're experiencing, right? It's powerful when you describe. I mean, we were only putting words down, but if you described, when you wake up in the morning, Laura, and the first thing you feel is that physical stress, get hold of you, you start describing some of that, they're going to be like, oh, that's me, that's me, that's me, right? And then heaven, it's going to be like life. It's like the design your life, right? Extraordinary life. Find your purpose and live it. Yeah. Lots of offers being sold around purpose. Lots of converting offers. Okay, so we've got our heaven, we've got our hell. Now, the next part of your offer is you've got to convince me that you can get me from hell to heaven, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to invest 25K or whatever you're going to charge me, right?
Mhm.
So, and again, for everyone else, it's like thinking about what are like the 3 to 5 steps that you're going to take me through your system, right? Not you, but your system. What are the 3 to 5 steps that you're going to take me through that's going to get me from hell to heaven? And again, sidebar is sometimes people put lots of steps in, and this isn't about the intention here isn't like, have I got all my steps in? Have I got it? The intention here is to convince the person you're selling your offer to that you're going to take them through some steps that's going to get them from hell to heaven. Okay. So it's not about process, although it could be your process, right? There's a difference. So the intention is you have to say, so first of all, Laura, what do we do first? Prisma.
You get clarity on what you want.
Clarity. Yeah. So step 1 is clarity. And when you're designing your offers, you want to make, I know I've like in the hell, you want all those nasty hell words. When you are doing your steps, you want to put them in a positive tone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of like, you don't want to be like dealing with all your stressed, you know what I mean? You want to be like, first of all, we're going to help you get clarity. And in this step, we're going to right? So step 1 is clarity. Yep. What's next?
Oh my God. This is what I'm struggling with. Next is
You can change it after this, by the way. We're not going to hold you. There's no offer police going to come around and knock on your door.
I just do it simple. It is clarity, the desire of what you want, then the inner work. So releasing that, and that's actually a process. So in my head it is stuck. It's not a step, it's a process.
Okay. So first of all, you're going to help me get clarity. Then you're going to outline what I desire. So what do I really want? I'm going to design my life. Design. Yeah. Then what did you say? What was next?
Then we do the inner work. So release the resistance, the blocks that is in their way.
Release. Yeah. Anything else?
Embody a new version. No. It's releasing the blocks and then going to that part
Putting
of
you on the spot here. We can make
I'm
it
on the
up.
spot. Okay.
Yeah. So then it's something like
Embody the values you want of the desire.
maybe it's
So,
like live
okay,
it,
live
right?
it. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. So just
Oh
for
yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yes.
for the time. So
Mhm.
I'm going to get you to this amazing, designed, extraordinary life where you're present and you're living your purpose. Da 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 da. First of all, we're going to get clarity on exactly where you are and what you're doing and what you want. Then we're going to design exactly what you desire in life. We're going to design, because most people know what they don't want.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
this step, I'm going to help you design exactly what you desire. Then I'm going to walk you through a process where you're going to release everything you need to release so you can be the new version of you. And then I'm going to give you the toolkit so that you can go and live it.
Mhm.
And by going through that system, you're going to get all these lovely heaven things. Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Sound good? Krista, does that sound good? Do you
Yes.
want it? Do we want it? I'm kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
I need some of that, right? Now, this is like we spent 5 minutes, 10 minutes, okay? But it's the principle of what we're doing here. And it doesn't have to be, as I said, there's no offer, please. But it's the principle of what we're doing. Hell to heaven, that's the result and the steps that you're going to take the client through to get the result. And these steps, this is your system, right? This is the system that you have, because it's not about you. It's the system that you walk people through. So you're going to go, I'm going to do this, 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 this. And for them, they're like, it's really clear for them. That makes sense. That makes total sense. I want it, right? When you get lots of steps and it isn't clear and it's not logical, then people just aren't going to invest. As soon as any resistance up, people just aren't going to invest. Okay. Now I'm conscious that there are other people in the room other than you and me, Rizma.
Yes, please.
But
Thank you for
thank
this.
you. So
Thank
round
you.
of applause, round of applause. Anyone, any questions or any ahas, anything that they've been walking through while we've been doing this on, anyone want to share what they've got? Any ahas, anything?
No. No.
I really want to know what. I have a
Jamie
question.
has a
Yes.
question.
Go. I always think yeah, go for it, Jamie. You can
Hey.
type. Oh, hey.
Yeah, no,
Go
I just can't turn my video on,
That's
but
okay.
I can chat.
Go for it.
So I'm very early. I haven't even I'm in the health space. I am
Yeah.
a nurse that's on leave right now,
Okay.
and I'm currently studying to be an integrative health practitioner, meaning I'm learning about all different forms of ancient healing all together into one. And the biggest kind of differentiating factor with this practice is that we assess and learn about root causes of people's symptoms. And then because dis-ease in the body is related to one of two things, it's either related to a toxicity factor or a deficiency factor. So your body has its innate ability to heal itself if it's provided with, a balanced environment to be able to do so.
Yeah.
So in this
Laura, we can't
program,
see what you're writing. Laura, we just can't see what's on the board because
No,
it's too
I know
far.
you can't. I'm just
Oh,
writing
okay.
notes so I don't forget.
Okay. Okay.
That's
so
my notes. Yeah.
Okay.
Carry on, Jamie.
So so that's the idea of the program basically, is that we're getting to root cause and we're addressing either the toxicity or the deficiency that the person has that is then spilling over into the symptoms that they're having. Now, my question is, when we're doing the hell to heaven exercise, do you recommend, because I can go one of two ways and I don't know which way to go. So I can narrow in on a very specific set of ailments and symptoms that people are having, like, do you suffer from, things that are related to, let's say, I don't know, like digestive issues, right? So you name all of the symptoms that are related to digestive issues, and then, that's their hell, and you bring them through the journey. The thing is, the journey no matter what the symptoms are, is the same. Like we do
Yeah.
an assessment, we do your at-home lab testing, we figure out what you're toxic in and what you're deficient in. We set up a protocol for you, whether it be a detox protocol or a supplementation protocol, and we talk about lifestyle changes to get them to the heaven. So I guess my question is, should I narrow in on a very specific niche that identifies a very specific set of symptoms? Or is my call out more around, are you suffering from chronic symptoms? You know, and list a whole bunch of chronic symptoms, because I can help with that. And the first step of that is to identify what your root cause is. And that's, do you know what, do you understand what I'm saying?
So your system and those steps that you're talking about, I would label as your system. Like I'm going to take you
Yes.
to but you could call me out because I have digestive issues, or I could be stressed, or I could have
Right.
other health issues.
Autoimmune, like all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And your system will help me, right? Resolve those issues. And should you, I think you used did you use the word niche? Should I niche down, or should I call it? I would so first of all, I would look at what is converting in the market. I'd look at what's in the market and how people are calling that out, and I would test both.
Okay.
I would test both. So I think, and you know, we only have the time to go so far, but I think in my mind, I wouldn't be trying to niche down to something so specific straight away when I don't know whether that's going to convert in my offer, if you know.
Right. Yes, totally. That's what my gut's telling me too, Laura.
So the answer is it could be either one, right? It could be either or both. It could be both, right?
Right, right.
The process that you would go through is to see what's working in the market. Someone's already worked. Thumbs up again. See what's converting in the market and test it out and see what is out there, because I think you will find that, I mean, I'm sure there are I've seen offers like how are you suffering from digestion? Are you, you know, blah 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 blah. And this is a release to that specific ailment. But I imagine also that there are probably, I mean, I don't know who your target audience is, but I imagine lots of people are suffering from lots of those at the same time, right? So you might say something like, if you're suffering from digestion issues or stress, or you're feeling like you haven't got enough energy, or maybe you're blah, or maybe you're blah, or maybe you're blah, this is going to help you get to the heaven that I get you to. So it could be, so you could call out those different things, but the system,
and not be specific about it.
Yeah, but the system works. And I'm guessing here, but perhaps the your target audience is who are the types of people you're going to be?
So I was it's funny because I've gone through the exercise before. It was like, you know, target yourself 2-3 years ago. And 2-3 years ago, I was a burnt out nurse working in public health and COVID. And to be honest, I am more, if I go back there, I feel a heaviness. I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to step back into that world. I've kind of released myself from that identity. I've gone through a lot of you know, self-help to get kind of to a better place. But I do feel energized and happy working with entrepreneurs. So I'd love to work with entrepreneurs who are going through maybe, you know, fatigue, brain fog, overwhelm, all of those things, because when your body is stressed, there's a physiologic response to that, right? And if we can take care of the physiologic response, we alleviate symptoms as well. So I would really like, so maybe that's niche down enough. Maybe I work with entrepreneurs or CEOs, and just call out all of the symptoms. And
because if you think, and again, I'd be thinking about, so you're, I don't want to work with me 2 to 5 years ago because I don't want to target that market. That's totally cool, right? There again, there are no offer police in any of this. You can do exactly what you want with who you want. And I would also I would also say that nurses, I don't know so much in the US, but certainly in the UK, they don't earn much money, right?
Exactly. That's
And so
exactly right.
are they going to be investing in higher ticket offers? Then no, they're
Well,
not.
it's not only that, Laura, it's the mindset of you take care of yourself last. Like I don't know
Mm,
what it is about nurses, but it's like you put everybody else ahead
mm,
of yourself and you don't invest in yourself. You don't take
mm,
care of your
mm,
own self,
mm.
right? So
Right, right.
that's for another reason why I kind of want to,
So I think
yeah,
that shift is spot on. I think I would think about it
yeah,
as there's that target audience doesn't have money to spend on higher ticket offers, and I would be, and it's not, you can have different level offers for sure. But
yes,
for the business, you want to have, you obviously need to make as much money as you can or that you want to. And chasing nurses who are stressed, don't want to look after themselves and haven't got the money is going to be a hard sell, right?
right,
Isn't it?
exactly,
And
yes,
there are many people in this world who need what you've got, right? Entrepreneurs, the audience that Rizma and I have been talking about, all these people that are feeling those symptoms. So again, I'd be like calling them out. I'm just trying to think whether I'd be calling them out with, this, are you experiencing this? Are you feeling this? Are you da 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 da? And you'll find that as you iterate through, you'll start going, it seems that I'm attracting business owners more.
mm, right,
Maybe there's something that I'm saying that is more attractive to business owners than to corporate workers. And maybe it's the experience that you're talking, if you're feeling stressed and you've got stomach pain and you've got blah and blah 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 blah, and you're describing their life,
right,
you might be calling out people in corporate or entrepreneurs. There's slightly different lifestyles that you're going to
right,
call out, but they're all humans. They're all going to be,
yes, no, exactly,
and I think stress relief is a huge market, right? It's a huge market
right.
because
And
people,
energy too, I find.
yeah, they're like, I'm so tired. Like, it's like
Yeah.
me 10 years ago, I was so tired, I could barely, it's just no energy all the time, no energy. So I would not sort of get into a niche mindset, is the short answer. And I would
Okay.
test and I would look at what's converting in the market and see what people are investing in and test it like that. And I would definitely steer clear of the nurse.
Yes.
Mm.
Thank you for validating
And you can
that.
always go back, I always say
Of
that you can
course.
go
Yeah.
back and, you can have I always say this, I do some work training for non-profit organizations, right? Do they pay me? No. I just go and do it because I know
Mm,
I can give them value. Is that part of my business model? No. It's just that I do that for fun,
right.
right? So you
Yes.
can always
Yeah.
go and help them, just not in the business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And
Thank you.
did you get your system? Did you start working that out, the steps for your offer?
I haven't yet. I'm still actually, I haven't finished my study yet. It's actually it's a practitioner's course.
Okay.
And I feel like some people have this, they've been encouraging me, you don't need to have your certification to start, but
Mm,
I feel like I'm in Canada anyways, I'm in Canada. You have to be very careful what you do under your nursing license and what
yeah.
you're claiming to. So I feel like if at least if I have this certification, then I can
Mm,
say I'm actually not wearing this hat. I'm wearing this hat, right?
yeah.
Yes, I am a nurse, but I'm not speaking as a
As
nurse
a
right now. I'm
nurse.
speaking as under this
Yeah.
certification.
I mean, I
Um,
think that I would say this, but I think and you do it when you're ready, right?
yeah.
But I definitely don't think, again, people want the result, right? They want the
Mhm.
result. I don't care if you're certified, but if you can get me the result, I want it. Yeah.
Right.
Now the
Yes.
certification helps me understand that you know what you're doing because you're certified. That's all it does, right? Really.
Right.
Now, if there are some legal claims in the certificate, I'm no lawyer and I'm not advising that in any way. but it sounds to me like the person that needs the certification is you, so that you feel like you can go and serve those people. And I say that with 100% respect. But I would go and test it out. Go and make, go and help some people offer is an iterative process. You're not going to get it like 100% right on the first one. And I probably would start testing it out. And like the sooner you can get people through the system and get results and testimonials and all of that, that would be hugely valuable for the business.
Yeah.
So I personally wouldn't wait, and I wouldn't worry too much on, I think for me, if I was your potential client, I would just want you to convince me you can get me from the hell to the heaven with your system. And as long as you were confident and you had conviction in your system was going to get me there, I would get that from you. And I would need the certification for that. But I think it's to do with the conviction from your side.
It's not even the conviction. It's related to, I don't even have access to basically order the at-home lab tests for my clients if I haven't completed the
So you've got to
certification.
Cool.
Yeah. Because we have doctors all over the world in this program that I'm in that sign off on our labs, and they have to, the only reason they're able to sign off on them is that we've completed the certification and done the training. Yeah.
And is that step mandatory for me to get the result?
I mean, I'm almost finished so there's 2 levels. Level 1, it certifies me to do, it's called the de-stress protocol. So it basically takes people through detoxification, talk about lifestyle, talk about nutrition, and they will definitely get results. What they won't get is lab levels on what their deficiencies and toxicities specifically are, right? So if they want that detailed, yes, I'm feeling this way because my testosterone is low, or my, they're not going to get to that level of detail, but I mean, they'll still get results. And then perhaps what I could do in the meantime, while I'm studying for my level 2, is refer them on to a coach that already has, a level 2 certification.
Even partner with a coach who can do that little bit for you.
Right? Yeah.
So I would take ownership of the offer and the process and the relationship, and the bit that you still need your certification from. I'd partner with someone who could, hey, if I give you blah, would you do that little bit well, I wouldn't say little bit. Would you do that?
Yeah. Right.
So there are always ways, right? There's ways. I kind of like do it now mentality. I think with business, setting up, running businesses, I think the longer you wait to do stuff, the longer you just lose momentum. The momentum is key, and you will always find ways to deliver. And as long as you in yourself you have the belief that you can get people results, then people will invest in it. People will want it. People invest in it. And you're going to iterate and iterate and iterate and iterate. So why not start iterating now?
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure in fact, there's a thing, I don't know if it's the same thing, but there's something they sell here that does what I think that machine does, and I can buy it online. But maybe that's enough, maybe there are different ways you can solve that bit.
The lab piece, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know the technical bits of it, but I'm sure there are ways to provide that missing chunk you can't provide officially yet.
Yeah.
And money flow in your offers is the best way to get, to build the business. I wouldn't wait, but that's me.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks,
Give you a little round of applause too. Little toasters round. Hey. So I'm just conscious of the time. We're running out of time.
Yes,
Have I missed anything, Chrissa? I don't think so. So yeah. Now we have kind of started the offer move. This is like the first step of like building and packaging up offers and making sure that your offers are going to, people are going to want them and invest in them. And I'm going to talk a little bit how we can help you kind of build your offer in a minute. But I just wanted to tell a quick story, if I can, Carissa, because I'm just conscious of the time, about the biggest mountain in the world. Can I do that? Have I got time for that?
Really quickly, yeah. Go.
So I think, Risma, you know this, so you're not allowed to cheat. But who here, how many of you know what the tallest mountain is in the world? Anyone? Carissa, you're not allowed to. Anyone? So there was this guy, and his name was Edmund Hill Hillary, and he climbed the mountain. The tallest mountain in the world is Mount Everest, right? And everyone's like, yeah, I know that. Yeah. And this guy, Edmund Hill Hillary, wrote a book about this entire journey. Okay. And this mountain is like really, really, really tall. It's like 29,000 feet. And to give you a comparison, planes fly at 30,000 feet. So this mountain's like really, can't even imagine it, really, really tall. And he wrote this book about his entire journey. And this guy was in a bookstore, and he found this book, and he was like, that's what I want to do. I want to go up that mountain. That sounds really cool. And he's sort of like, that's it. I've been looking for an adventure. I'm going to go up Mount Everest. I'm going to climb the tallest mountain. And he starts telling all his friends. He tells his partner. He's like, this is going to be awesome. And he goes and buys all the gear, gets all the equipment. It's like all in the book, right? It's all in the book, step by step. You got to get this, you got to get that, you got to get the rucksack, you got to get blah, you got to get blah. And he sort of gets all the stuff, and he starts training. He starts like conditioning for this mountain climb. And he's like running every day, and he's doing the exercises and sort of like oxygen thingamajigs. And he's eating protein, and he's eating all the things that he needs to prepare to go up that mountain. And you can imagine him like trying to do this climb, right? And he's got his book, he's got his walking, one of those walking sticks, he's got the right shoes on, he's got his backpack full, he's ready, he's standing at the bottom of the mountain, and he's smiling, and he's like, this is going to be amazing, this is it. And he says goodbye to his partner. See you in a couple of months. He's prepared. Now, what is the one thing that he's missing? What's the one thing he's missing? What do you think he's missing? Mental prep? No, he's ready. He's like, I've got the book, my guide, my book is going to guide me through it. I know exactly what I need to do. It's got the sketches, it's got the diagrams, it's got all the steps. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm prepared. It's like, guys, he is going up a mountain. It's like 29,000 feet in the air. We're not created to go up mountains 29,000 feet in the air by ourselves. We're not created to do, we are humans, we're meant to be on the ground, right? What's like the probability that he's going to make it? What's the probability he's going to make it? Like 0? Yeah, 0. Yeah, the plan. No, he's got the plan. Yeah, he needs others, right? He needs other people around him. He needs people who've done what he wants to do before, the guide, the Sherpa. He needs the experts. He needs someone who has already gone up that mountain and got back down again. He knows all, knows all the nuances, knows all the experiences that you've got to go through. That book has been, it's a book. Right, it's been edited. It's like entertainment factor. Is that going to get you up the mountain? No. If you just use the book, you're missing all the experience. You're missing all the experience, and you're going to be missing out on the opportunity to learn while you go through it. And like with someone you can trust who's going to take you up that mountain, right? And you trust that they will get you there, and you trust they're going to get you back. And it's really important, right? It's really important. I mean, who would climb a mountain on a guidebook? You just wouldn't do it, right? You just wouldn't do it. And you know what? Business is kind of like a mountain. It's like the journey. It's going to be more fun. It's more fun for sure. But it is like a journey that you go on, and you need to have different people around you. You need to have the people around you that can help you get up that mountain and get you back down again safely and have fun doing it. So I invite everybody here to think about the guide and the people around, think about who are the people I need around me to get my offer where I want to get my offer to, and get people investing in that offer. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking like, what's next? What's next with Laura and Chrissa? And if it's okay, I want to share a little bit about how we serve people. And this is going to be something like we're just doing before Christmas, isn't it, Chrissa? It's like a little bit of an invitation for those of you who want to join us in our first, normally say next, our first, it's like a client attraction offer workshop, okay? And it's not going to be for everybody, but it might be perfect for you. So I'm going to ask you to grab a piece of paper and a pen so you can write everything down. I'm going to write it down too. Well, that's not yeah, better. Okay, so it's called the Client Attraction Offer Workshop. Client Attraction Offer Workshop. Now it's client attraction because that's ultimately what we want to do. We want to attract clients for our offers, and it's not going to be for everybody, but in one workshop, we're going to cut years of trial and error just to one day. It's like one day. It's going to be an awesome day, right? And you're going to walk away with a system to continuously attract clients to your high ticket offer, to your offers, so that it opens all the doors for you. You can fast track your business, you can get to the 6 figures, the 100K, the whatever, the 6 figures, the 7 figures. And by the end of the day, you'll have an irresistible offer totally dialed into your market so that you can serve your clients at the highest level. And I know that we've started going through the process here, but there's much more to it that is going to give you that quantum leap to enable you to get those clients investing in your offers. So if you're ready to like grow your business and get this dialed in and right for the 2025, we're going to get these days going even before the new year, because I'm kind of like, let's just do it now. Let's do it now. And it's a Christmas offer. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, that's right. It's a Christmas offer. We decided it's our pre-Christmas offer.
It's our holiday offer. I think that's the technical, right? It's the holiday offer. And the holiday offer means that actually we're only doing it in December. And like one client, you don't even need one client to cover the investment of this workshop, right? It's easy peasy. So like many people that we've worked with before, we're going to build your offer with you. Simona, I know you've got your hand raised, and I promise I will come to you in 1 second. I'm just going to tell everyone what we're going to do in this day. We're going to build the offer with you in the workshop. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build the offer in the workshop with you in the workshop, and we're going to design the offer around the value and the results that are dialed into exactly what your client wants. Okay, And you're not going to have to worry about what to put in the offer, how to structure the offer, what to call the offer, how to make that offer really, really desirable. And as I was saying before, like these offers, you want to be coming out of this workshop thinking, I love my offer. It's like, this is gold. This is what people are going to want to invest in. And we're going to do it for you. We're going to do it with you. We're not going to do it for you, but we're going to show you exactly how to do it and align it exactly to what your audience wants and desires. And I know we were talking earlier with Risma about exactly what the audience wants and how to find that out and how to dial that in so that your offer meets your target audience with exactly what they want, so that you know that's already selling in the market. You know exactly, we're going to give you the toolkit so you can see exactly what's selling in the market. And what happens is you model exactly what's selling in the market, and then you add your secret sauce to it. So we're not going to copy anything. We're going to model where the money is flowing in the market, and then we're going to add your secret sauce in this, and we're going to do it in a day. And we're going to do it in a way that your audience, they're just like, I just want that. I want it. I want it. They're like, that's exactly what I want. And they're really motivated to invest in your offer. They're like running down the hallway, grab my credit card. Where's my credit? Where's the children put my credit card? That's what I'm always saying. Where's the children put my credit card? I got to invest in Simona. I've got to invest in Risma. I've got to invest in Elizabeth. They're like, and what happens? And I say, you're cutting time, you're fast tracking time, you're like years down to like very short amount of time. And what happens is your belief like skyrockets. It literally skyrockets. It's so powerful. And it's going to save you months, maybe even years in the offers that you make. And it actually takes away all the mystery, all the blood, sweat, and tears that you were talking about earlier, Chrissa, you know. So it makes your offer super attractive, super attractive. And not only are we going to do that in that one-day workshop, we are going to also give you, well, you're going to get it anyway by osmosis. You're going to have the framework so that you can design offers for the rest of your life. You can design offers for the rest of your life and give you the sequence that you need so that anytime, you know, whether you are going for a different target market, whether you're offering something different, whether, you know, whatever it is, you've got the framework you need to be able to do this again and again and again. And I always say, like, offer creation is wealth creation. And it's literally the best skill that you could ever have. I think it should be taught in schools. I think children by 11 should be taught this, right? Yeah. And we're going to be, not only are we going to help you design these offers, we're going to go through the offer with you one-on-one as well, and we're going to tweak it with you. Okay, so we're going to help you design the offers. We're going to tweak it with you there and then, and the feedback that you're going to get is literally that quantum leap feedback. So it's and that, you know, it just gives you the conviction in what you're doing. Okay. And let me just see where have I got to. Coming to you in a minute, Simona. Oh, and also I always like to say, because Chris always warns me, would it be okay? Would it be okay if we were, me more than Chrissa, but would it be okay if we were polite and direct? I'm pretty direct, right? Would that save you time? Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like lots of time. There are,
Yes.
you know, it saves time, right? We're polite, I'm polite, but direct. And we're going to go through that day is going to be so valuable. Every minute counts. So, you know, and it's so, there's so many ways that having this simplified system just kind of sets you free in your business. Right? All those things we've been talking about. Okay. So as Chrissa says, it is our holiday offer, because we're just having fun now, aren't we, Chrissa? We're just having fun.
Yes.
And there is a deadline to the offer, which is Chrissa. Chris is in charge of deadlines.
Yes, well, the last day we were saying they were going to have the offer party was the 24th. It was the last one we're going to have.
Yeah. So you like by the 24th at the latest, and it's gone, right? And and the other thing that, so we're going to, don't let me forget the other key part of this offer. So we're going to spend a day. There's a little bit of pre-training, which is going to be hugely valuable too, but we're going to spend a day working on your high ticket irresistible offer. And we're also going to give you one more thing. And because we want to over deliver and we want to make sure you don't get stuck, and we want to make it easier and faster and everything. We just want you to go faster and really take action and build momentum. And, you know, we don't want you to come into that day and then go out of that day and then not take the action. So actually, we're also going to sort of, it's kind of against what people normally do, but I don't care really, because we want to make sure you have momentum and you're implementing and you're taking the right action. So we're also going to include, because it's part of our other offers, right? We're also going to include 6 months of our Accelerator Club. Okay, and that Accelerator Club is where you come to the club every week and you can ask any questions that you have. We can help make sure that you are focused on exactly what you need to be doing every single week, right? And I think that is like, I just think the action, I don't know, I've been there as a business owner and you're kind of like, you have momentum and then you kind of maybe lose momentum and go off on tangents. And that club is to make sure you're taking those actions as you go through the journey and implement that offer and sell that offer. And I think we'll also cover things like, you know, who's like the fastest way to make that offer to which audience and all of those kind of things. So the Accelerator Club starts in the first week of January. You have to commit to this day by the 24th of December. Probably better to do it before then. And you're going to know the exact steps. You're going to know exactly how to design and build and attract people to your high ticket offers. You're going to keep momentum, keep focus, keep taking the right action, and keep it simple, because we're all about keeping it simple, right? So if you want to invest in this, we're going to get really technical because we're like doing it a bit on the fly, aren't we? We're going to get really technical. And if you want to invest in this, just send Chrissa a message. I think that's the call to action. We haven't got any fancy stuff. It's like send Chrissa a message. We will share there is an offer document that we'll share with everyone as well. But it's offer creation, right? Offer creation, service creation, wealth creation, everything you need, so that you're going to do one day, momentum out of the gate, get the clients you want, be part of the Accelerator Club, and we're going to be with you every step of the way. I hope I haven't forgotten anything, Chrissa.
No.
Yeah. And Chrissa is the one in charge, so she will deal with everything that you need. Simona's got her hand up, and let me answer the question you have, Simona. Are you there?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes. Hi.
Okay, wonderful. So let me see if I could see you guys. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I apologize for the way I look. I'm coming out of a cold and flu, something like viral. Yeah, really awful.
Well, I hope you're feeling better, and I'm so glad you make it. So please don't apologize.
So until yesterday, I couldn't even talk. So yeah. So I do like what you have, but I have two quick questions. My question is, okay, my people are on Facebook, and Facebook, a private Facebook community. First of all, I serve people with non-food allergies because for 5 years I suffer with non-food allergies and no doctors could help me, and they just give me more drugs and more drugs, and I got sicker and sicker, and I have side effects.
Yeah.
And then I healed myself with holistic treatments and holistic medicine. And so I decided to take this route and help other people because it's just miserable to live with allergies. That I know for sure. So my offer will be a combination of a product that help people with that, and also a program that helps people change their lifestyle, because that's a huge factor. So do you help in your program? Do you help people combine the two? The program with
Absolutely.
How you it would just be how you build your offer, right? I mean, we've touched on like what your program would be, whatever that is. That's what we've been really talking about today. But then part of the stack, I would call it the offer stack, would be the the nutritional side as well. So, again, you can build your offers any way you want to build your offers. And I've actually there are definitely people doing that already, for sure.
So because I'm not just a physical product, some people could get away with just offering a physical product, but for me it's just like the people have to do both, because without the other will not work. And I don't want people to say I could take the easy route and it will work for some people but not for most, And so I want to make sure that this kind of protocol will serve as many people as possible, and will get as many people as healthy as possible and with their allergies. Because just doing the physical product alone will help only some people.
And also like the physical product that you have, I don't know what the price point is on it, but I mean, I don't know if you want to share that.
It will be $50. It will be around between $50 and $60. I just got a sample, and so I'm still negotiating with the
with the
manufacturer. That will be the price, but I could offer it as a bundle with the device. They could people like a high-end nebulizer, so then the price will go to a little bit over $300 as a high ticket offer, but and then it will be the portion of the program, so that will be the higher price offer.
Exactly. And what you've got in your bundle, in the nutritional side of the bundle, is that recurring
mine is not so much nutritional.
Sorry, I picked the wrong words.
Mine is a lifestyle change in terms of chemicals. People need to detoxify. My program will be a detoxify program from toxins. Environmental, chemical, like surrounding people, toiletries, like cleaning supplies, the cosmetics, the toiletries people use, what they have in their pantry, like not necessarily the food, but like all the plastic, the pots and pans that they use, those kind of stuff. They do add up. They all add up little by little. All those are toxins that accumulate and make people really sick over time.
Well, I actually think that your detox products thing, that's just a recurring like income stream for everyone that goes on your program.
It could be,
and it's
very
like
well.
It adds to the program, doesn't it? It like if I'm take my offer hat off and put my human hat on, I'm just like, I love the idea that you're going to show me, I'm going to go through a program that's going to make me feel good in terms of everything that you do there. And you're going to give me a product that's going to detoxify everything. So I don't have to go and find those things. You're the expert, and you're going to help me and advise me on what I should be doing, as well as the training program.
So right now I'm in the base. So I have a kind of layout of my program. So I don't have all the details because Stacy, Lauren teaches first get the people and then make the product. So I have a big layout and I have all the details and stuff like that, but it's not all the details finished. So what I try to do right now is just to start creating content and just promote the program and promote the program that I want to do. My issue is the following. I discover my people are on Facebook groups with allergies. There are so many, but they're so useless. I'm a member, and almost all of them, I got in as many as I could be.
Yeah.
And when I'm trying to talk there, some people will kick me out of those accounts. So my question is, where do I promote? Because I try to Instagram, and I'm thinking now to TikTok. I have a issue. I have an issue with the TikTok because I'm in Romania. I live in Romania. My business is US based. And that's where I'll have my business product shipped from. So the TikTok doesn't like the fact that I live in Romania and my business in the US, and they don't want me to have an official account. And they told me, you can't have this. And I was like, this is absurd. I have an online business. I could live whatever the heck I want in the world. And you are telling me I cannot have an official account, a business official account, because I'm not physically in the US. You have to be there for at least 2 months. Anyway, so
Yeah, so I understand. I'm in Europe and I trade in the US as well, and I know that there are some issues with that, and you have to get around those things. I think just in terms of sort of the questions that you're asking and just respecting everyone else's time as well, is that in business you need 3 things, right, in your marketing. You need an offer, because people need to invest in your offer. You need an audience, and you need to be able to communicate that offer, right?
Yeah.
And again, I've said it repeatedly through, and this is kind of like, this is for everyone watching as well. There is no offer police. You can change stuff, you can test stuff, but if you don't have an offer, then it doesn't matter, you know, what the audience, where the audience is, they can't invest in your services, right?
Definitely, yeah.
In terms of the Facebook groups that you are either getting kicked out of or in, you know, again, that's sort of more advanced stuff than we're covering here. But you have to, I mean, again, as a general rule, you have to work within the constraints of people who've built those audiences, right? So there is no like magic bullet that if you say this, they're all gonna, you know, you have to build relationships.
Yeah.
You have to honor what they want in their group. And, you know, the general answer is that your target audience have been collected up by other people, and that's why you're going to those groups, and you need to have a strategy to engage with them and get them into your world, right? And we can go through some of what, you know, all of that in, you know, to set up a call, we can go through all of that in the call. But generally, the offer that you've got is a program for your audience with a product that goes along with it. And I think that's absolutely cool. I think that adds value to the offer. And especially in a more higher ticket program, I like the fact that you're going to just sort it out for me, because there's so much choice. I want the expert to tell me what I should take. That I would find that beneficial.
Yeah, I'm very clear on what my offer should be.
Yeah.
My issue is, where do I promote? Where do I get my people to see my content? That's my issue. Where do I get my people? Because I have a great offer, but if you don't have the people to promote it to, so I'm being kicked out from some of the groups because I contact people and they say, don't contact people, you are not allowed to. I don't send links, but I tell people I have this group. And when I say that, I'm being kicked out of those groups. And those groups really, they don't help people. And I understand it's against the policy, but I don't see other way on how to find those people. So I'm kind of stuck a little bit.
So I would, again, and I'm just
jump on a
back.
call.
No.
So
I'm just gonna like principles of what you're doing, right? What are the principles of what you're doing? The principles of what you're doing is you're finding people with audiences. They're in Facebook groups, they're on YouTube channels, they're in LinkedIn, they're in the you know, places down the road, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're all over the place. You don't have enough time in your lifetime to serve them all. So the question is not how do I convince people with Facebook groups to let me promote my stuff? The question is, where are those audiences, and what's the best sequence to connect with them, right? What is the sequence that I go through with them? Because there is nothing I can tell you today that's going to make a Facebook group owner say, yeah, come and promote all your stuff in this group that I've spent lots of time building. So you have to look for ways to collaborate and go to places that maybe don't have such strict rules. So the principles are, you want to go and find where your audience is, and there are lots of different places to go and have a look for those people. And then with the intention of collaborating, adding, you know, demonstrating value, showing how you can add value to that audience, all of those kinds of things. Add value to those Facebook groups, and
Yeah, Jamie hit it. That's exactly.
So maybe it's the sequence and that you're going through that isn't working, and I think it's test and see what works, and then get people engaged with what you've got, bring them into your world. So Jamie is like, there are so many different ways to do it, right? You can go to YouTube channel owners and say, hey, we're complimentary, I can come and speak to your audience and give them help on this, and the YouTube channel holder or the podcaster or the person with the group will say, that's really helpful, I would love you to do that, right? So maybe it's your approach that you just need to work on, but just thinking about those principles. And as Krista says, we can go into much more detail on the call and like work out what that sequence is, but the kind of, there are so many people out there that need what you've got, and it's how do you connect? And there are things like, I mean, like off the top of my head, and this, the last thing I'll say is, like, you can collaborate with your offers with people, right? You can collaborate with, there's so many different ways to do it. So hopefully that answers.
I wanted to go more directly to the people who are actually suffering, instead of other groups that are collaborative, they're not competitive, because those groups, for example, one holistic other group that have like women with who suffer from PCOS or other issues, they're not directly my people. So that's why
I think that's a conversation we need to take offline.
Okay.
But just because the answer is again, using, it's like, who are they, where are they, how do you get access to them, and how do you collaborate with the people you need to collaborate with, or how do you attract them in other ways? So I would just set up a call with Krista and we can talk more about how to do that. But there are, everyone needs what you've got. Everyone needs what you've got. So hopefully that helps. In the context of this, I'm just conscious of the time and everyone else.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you, Simona.
If there are any other questions, I'm happy to stick around for a bit. Otherwise, get in touch with Krista, set up an appointment.
My link.
Let's have some fun, do some offer creation, and and I think also I always think, and Simona, sort of going back to your question, I always think, like, with business, you're like, what is the fastest route to getting clients? That's like your first move, right? What's the fastest way to do that? And yes, you have other strategies going on, but who are the warmest people in your world, and how do you do the business the fastest? And then you can also be thinking about other strategies as well. So that's a question I would, speed to revenue. I think speed to revenue is key, 100%. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. I know it's the 12th of December. We're like nearly Christmas.
Yes.
And I look forward to seeing more of you and doing more offers. And yeah, thanks very much. And unless you've got anything else to say, Carissa, happy
No, that's so
holidays.
cool. Happy
Yes,
holidays.
happy
Yes,
holidays.
absolutely.
Happy holidays,
Absolutely.
All
everyone.
Thank you,
right.
Simona. Thank you, Risma. Thanks, Elizabeth,
See you.
Jamie. Bye.
Bye. Ciao, ciao. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.